Hello, I'm Nicholas Owen, here at Reigate Tunnel in the very heart of our historic town. The tunnel may be a familiar landmark to many local people, but how many of us know its history and why it was constructed 200 years ago? A fact that means it is now recognised as Britain's oldest road tunnel. Reigate lies 20 miles south of London and 30 miles from Brighton on the south coast. This particular route has always been a key link between our capital and the south of England. Reigate prospered because it was a stop on that journey, and we're talking here about the days of horse-drawn transport. The stagecoaches required teams of horses to haul them, and these horses were changed at set stages, hence the term stagecoach. Here in Reigate we boasted half a dozen staging hotels, complete with stables, horses, refreshments and overnight accommodation. The first London to Brighton service began in 1787. By 1821, there were over 40 daily services. It took 6 hours to travel from London to Brighton, a journey that can now take less than an hour on a good day. So what has this tunnel got to do with it? Time and money. We drive around the town without a second thought, but take yourself back 200 years and try to appreciate the effort it took to do the same route. In a wooden carriage, with heavy loads, poor brakes, pulled by a team of horses, and in all weathers. On the plus side, the traffic brought commerce and trade into the town, and everyone using the roads were charged for the privilege, with tolls set up at various points. On the negative side, there was the steep hill to the north of the town, and there was also the problem of getting around the town itself. The castle mound, right in the centre of town, meant having to come all the way around it with sharp turns and steep inclines. Coach operators were beginning to look at alternative routes, so Reigate needed to up its game. The answer? Well, you've guessed it. If you can't go round the mound in the middle of town and you can't go over the mound, then you have to go through it. And that's what they did. And who were they? Well, the land was owned by Earl Somers, and he could see the advantages to both the town and himself by providing a quicker and easier route right through the middle of his estate. He could help speed up the travel time from London to Brighton, make the route a lot easier, and charge for the privilege. When the tunnel opened in 1823, you were charged 6 old pence per coach, which is around £1.50 today. Earl Somers engaged the engineer and polymath William Constable to undertake this far from simple task. The new tunnel maintained Reigate as the best option for those travelling north to south and cut travel time enough to keep the town on the travel map. As horses gave way to trains and then the petrol engine, Reigate Tunnel maintained its role for cars, buses and pedestrians, all using this route to shortcut the town and get conveniently from A to B. It was finally closed to motor traffic in the early 1970s, but it has remained a busy pedestrian route and popular venue ever since. It's held events, the annual Christmas fair, donkey rides, music, beer festivals, and even had the odd troop of elephants through it. So that's why we're celebrating 200 years of Britain's oldest road tunnel, and long may it remain a much-loved focal point of our town and always be thought of as among the very significant national landmarks. Ladies and gentlemen, could I have your attention, please? Can we give this horse bus and the people, lovely people who brought it, a special round of applause for making this day even more special? We're celebrating the 200th anniversary of Britain's oldest road tunnel. We've been running an art competition, children, adults, all the things they've contributed.
So we're about to do the art prize, the prize giving for our wonderful artists. Thank you very much for your support today. There's Nina Bell from Micklefield School. And our winner in the under-10s category is Melina from the Hawthorne School. The category highly commended is Kira from St Paul's Church of England School. Runner-up in 11 to 18 is Dylan Glenn from Reigate School. And the winner is Iona Adden Christie from Merston Park School. So the 18 and over, highly commended Kelly Morgan. And Nigel Cranmer is the runner-up in 18 and over, Nigel. And our winner, Sarah Lucas. Thank you so much, Sarah, for this.
A very, very special guest with us. It's a very important connection, isn't it?
Yes, William was my
William Constable being the engineer who built the tunnel.
He was the engineer who built the tunnel. He was my 3 times great uncle twice, if that's not too complicated, since I'm descended from one of his brothers and his younger sister.
Wow.
I wrote a trilogy about the family, who were local millers and farmers that have lived around here since records began. And William then became a surveyor. And after he was a surveyor for several years, he became one of Britain's first photographers.
Well, can I say, we are so grateful to you for coming along today. And if you take hold of the cord there, I'm always a believer in counting down these occasions. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blue plaque!